Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be doing another declutter. I'm going to be going through my primers, setting powders, and setting sprays today. Hopefully can get rid of quite a few because I feel like I have a lot and I just really need to downsize because there's just no way I can use everything. So I'm really excited to go through everything with you guys. If you have not already, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's start with primers. So these are all my primers. A lot of them I have barely used or have not used. So I feel like this is gonna be a very small declutter. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of hardly anything, but let's go through them together anyways and see what I can get rid of because I feel like I have a lot. I don't even know how many are here. I haven't counted, but it's a lot. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna move all of these to the side and start with this little guy here. These are a lot of like mini ones and stuff. So let's start over here on this side. We have the Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. This is one of my favorite like poreless primers. So I'm gonna keep this one. As you can see, I've used a lot of it and I really love it. It's one of the ones that I have on my vanity that I use all the time. So I'm gonna keep that one. And then we have this Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. I feel like I've only used this one once. Yeah, it's like literally been scooped out once, it looks like. So I'm going to keep this one as well and test it out more because I don't even remember my thoughts on it, but it's a smoothing primer, so I really like smoothing primers, so I'm gonna keep that one too. And then we have a couple here from Tarte. These are the Poreless Mattifying Primer and the Quench Hydrating Primer. I really like both of these and they are mini sizes, so I'm gonna keep them because they're easy to use up. And then we have this First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. I just got this not too long ago and I don't think I've even tried it, or I only tried it once, so I'm gonna keep it as well. We have this Unicorn Glow Longwear Primer. Never even tried this one yet, so I'm gonna keep that. We have the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas. I think I used this once maybe, but I don't remember, so I'm gonna keep that one as well. And then we have this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I've been using this one quite a bit. I do like it, so I'm gonna keep using it and use up the rest of it because there's not that much left. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that one as well. Then we have this Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer, another one that I keep on my vanity. It's a really, really good hydrating primer. As you can see, it's like almost gone as well, so I'm gonna keep that one. And then we have this Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Haven't even tried this one yet, so I'm gonna keep that as well. So like I said, I'm keeping a lot just because a lot of these are mini sizes, so they won't take me long to use up once I start using them. That's all I'm gonna be putting in this tray. All of these ones here are ones that I'm currently trying to use up and I have them on my vanity, so I'm gonna put these back on my vanity. Next, we'll move on to this tray here. So we have first the Pixie Rose Essence Oil. I literally just got this and I haven't even tried it yet, so I'm gonna keep that. This one here is by Touch in Soul, the No Problem Prime Essence. This one I am gonna declutter just because I don't really think it worked as a primer. It's like a really liquidy, like oily, I don't know, essence thing. Like I just didn't really use it and it is expired. It says 2022-02-18, I think. Yeah, so that was like in February. I mean, I'm sure it's probably still good, but I'm gonna declutter anyway because I never ever reach for this one. And then we have this Farsali Skin Tune Blur. I think I only tried this one once, so I'm gonna keep this one. And the Pixie Rose Radiance Perfector. Again, I just got this in PR, so I'm gonna keep that and test it out. And then we have the Tarte Glotion Skin Perfector. I think I only used this one once as well, so I'm gonna keep that one too. So yeah, not really off to a good start. I've only decluttered one so far and kept like a bunch, but like I said, I already knew the primers were not gonna be something I'm gonna declutter much of just because it's one of my favorite categories and I love trying them. So gonna keep all of those. And then I'm just gonna move on to these here quickly because these ones are all new. So I'm gonna keep all of these. This one I got in BoxyCharm like a month or so ago, 2 months ago maybe. And I only tried it once, so I'm gonna keep that. This one is brand new, haven't even used it yet, so keeping those two. And then this one here is the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Icy Sherbet Primer from Touch in Sol. I haven't even used this yet, so I'm gonna keep this one too. And then last but not least, we have this last tray here. So we have on top the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is just a really good drugstore poreless primer, so I'm gonna keep this. It's really, really good. And then we have this Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. As you can tell, this just looks like gross. I don't know what happened to this primer. It just like separates and stuff. Like there's different oils in here or something, and it just always separates. You have to like shake it up a lot. But I don't really like this primer anymore. I did at first, but since I've just found better hydrating primers that I like a lot more. And I don't know if this one is even still good. Like it just looks terrible. So I'm just gonna throw it out because I don't use it anymore anyways. And yeah, it's just looking really nasty. Next we have this Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. I've only used this a couple times and I really, really like it. So I'm gonna keep that one. And then we have the Becca Skin Love Brighten and Blur Primer. I think I've only used this one maybe once or twice, so I'm gonna keep it as well. I think honestly everything in this I'm going to keep, but I'll just quickly show you what I have here. So we have the Benefit Professional Primer. We have the NARS Pore and Shine Control Primer. We have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer, the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer, and the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. So I think the rest of these I am gonna keep. I told you guys I wasn't going to declutter very many primers, which I definitely held up to that. I think I only decluttered 2. I don't even know how many I have. I should probably count them. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I have 25 primers that I'm keeping and I'm decluttering 2. So, I mean, I feel like 25 isn't that big of a number. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy to even just get rid of 2. Actually, on this one, I'm gonna take these 2 out and put these on my vanity as well because these are some of my older ones and I want to have them on my vanity so I can use them up. And then I'll probably just put this one in there like that. So these are all of the primers I'm going to keep in my drawers in my desk. These are the ones I'm kind of just waiting to use along with these new ones here. And then all of these ones are going to be on my vanity. These are the ones that I'm working on trying to use up because they are older ones in my collection. And then these are the 2 that I am decluttering. So keeping 25, decluttering 2. Okay, let's move on to setting powders now. So I have quite a few here. I'm just gonna push these ones to the side for now and just start with these ones. These are the ones that I'm using up right now. I alternate between them when I do my makeup. I'm just trying to use them up because they are older ones in my collection. So I kind of try and use up the older stuff first. And so far, all of these I really, really like. So I'm gonna keep them in my collection. So this one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I was actually debating on decluttering this one not too long ago because it is a white powder, and I feel like sometimes white powders can leave a little bit of a white cast. Although it does say it's translucent, still with the white powder, it's just, sometimes it can just be a little bit too white, whereas, you know, these ones, they have a little bit of a tint to them, so they kind of blend into your skin a little bit better. But I find that this one doesn't really leave much of a white cast, so as of right now, I do like it, and I'm gonna keep it in my collection. And then we have the Too Faced Peach Perfect. This is the Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. I absolutely love this setting powder. It is probably my favorite one I've ever tried, and it is sadly discontinued, so I bought a backup right here before it's was out of stock. So I have a backup when this one is empty, which I'm happy about. But after that, I feel like you can't find them anymore. Maybe at like Marshalls or Winners or something you could find them, but I don't think they're available on their website anymore. So yeah, I love, love, love this one. I highly recommend it. If you ever see it anywhere, definitely pick it up. And it has a really nice like peach scent to it too, which I love. So love this one, keeping that. And then we have another Too Faced one. This is the Born This Way. I actually really like this one too. I like the Peach Perfect one better, but this one is also good, so I'm gonna keep it. I've used like quite a lot of it. It's probably like half gone, if not more, so I'm gonna keep using it up. And then we have this Pure Cosmetics 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup. This is like just like a pressed setting powder, I guess, in the shade Light. I've used it a few times and I do like it, so I think I'm gonna keep using it because I didn't really have any issues with it, and it's nice to have an actual pressed setting powder in your collection, so I'm gonna keep this one. All right, moving on. Next we have this Ofra. This is the banana powder. So this one I am on the fence about. Oh my gosh, can I open it? There we go. So it is like a brightening yellow powder, which is supposed to be for like the under eyes and stuff like that. I've used it a few times and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like sometimes it can make my under eyes look too yellow. So I am just not sure on this one right now. I'm going to test it out again in a new video coming soon where I'm going to be using a whole bunch of Ofra Cosmetics products. So I'll probably decide then, once I try it again on camera, if I want to keep it or not, depending on how it looks. But the first few times I used it, I didn't like love it. It was just okay. So I'm going to give it one more chance and then I will decide from there. So right now I'm going to put it in the maybe pile. And then we have these two here. This one is by Beauty Bakery, and this is the Flower Better Not Bitter powder. I've only used this one once, so I do want to keep it to test it out again. And then we have the Maybelline Loose Finishing Powder. This one I really, really love, and it's great to have a drugstore option like for YouTube videos and stuff like that, so I'm going to keep this one. Okay, and then we have these two here. This one's by OPV Beauty, still in the box. I just kind of have these sitting in the back of my drawer. This one I used once, and I wasn't really sure on it, so I'm going to have to keep testing it out to see if I do like it, because the first time I used it, I feel like it didn't hold my makeup for more than like 4 hours, and then my makeup started getting oily. So I definitely need a setting powder that lasts longer than that. Like I want like 8 hours, 10-hour wear. So the few hours that I got it at this one just wasn't good enough for me, but I do want to try it out again and see if the same thing happens, or maybe I just didn't apply enough of it or something. I don't know. So I'm going to test this one out some more before I decide. So I'm going to put that in the maybe pile as well. And then the Smashbox Photo Finish Fresh Setting Powder. This is in the shade 1. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I hate this setting powder. I don't know what it is. I've tried it, I think 2 or 3 times now, and every time I used it, I hated it. First of all, it makes your face look yellow. Like it changes the color of your foundation into like a yellowy tint, and it just clings to your makeup and makes it look so cakey and so patchy. I don't know if it's just not like finely milled, or I don't know, but it's not good in my opinion. The only thing I like about this is the little dial where you can like you turn it and then a little bit of powder comes out, so you get like the perfect amount every time and it's not as messy. But yeah, this just did not work on my skin. It does not work to bake. I tried baking with it and it literally just clung to my makeup and made it look so disgusting. I had to like take it off. So I don't know what it is with this powder, but I tried it different ways. I tried, you know, setting my under eyes. I tried setting my face. I tried using it for baking, and any way that I used it, it just did not work. So I'm going to be decluttering this one. And then lastly, we have this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Butter. So this one I used a couple times, and I really, really like it so far. So I'm going to keep this one as well. Okay, so we have 8 setting powders that I am keeping. These are all the ones I am keeping. And then we have 2 that are in the maybe pile. I'm gonna have to test them out again to see if I can make them work or if I want to declutter them. And then we have 1 that I am decluttering. So yeah, overall I feel like that's pretty good declutter. I mean, I only got rid of 1 for sure, but these 2 may go as well, depending on my thoughts the next time I use them. So we will see. They may be decluttered very soon. All right, and then lastly, we have setting sprays. So as you can see, I have quite a few. There's actually some that aren't even in camera view. But yeah, let's get started, and hopefully we can get rid of some of these. Okay, so starting off from the side here, we have this Maybelline Glass Spray. This one I've only used a couple times, but I did like it when I used it. And this is like more on And this is like more of a dewy setting spray, which I don't really have any dewy setting sprays other than this one in my collection. So I am going to keep this one. Next, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This one I only used once, and I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I only used it once, so I may need to use it some more, but I feel like it wasn't like that fine of a mist, and I didn't like the smell of it really, but apparently this is like a really good setting spray. I see so many people rave about it, so I definitely want to give it more of a chance to use it and, you know, see if I like it, because so many other people like it, so I want to keep this one and just test it out some more. Next, we have this Pop Beauty Makeup Magnet Mist. I won this in a giveaway actually, and I don't think I ever used it, so I think I'm going to declutter this one just because I have so many other setting sprays. I just don't need this one, and if I haven't used it, then I can throw it in another giveaway. So this one I am going to declutter. Then we have the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is one of my favorites. I love the mister on this, and I don't know, it's just so good. So I'm gonna keep this one. I really, really like it. And then we have something very similar, which is the Tarte Maracuya Miracle Mist. I think I only used this one once, and it's very similar to the Morphe one. So I mean, I guess you could say I don't need two that are very similar, but I love them so much. I love the aerosol mist, so I'm gonna keep it. Then we have this MAC Fix Plus Pink Light. So this one needs to be shaken up. There, I shook it up a little bit. It's supposed to be like more of a pinky, iridescent kind of color. So this one I'm going to declutter. I did use about half of it, but I'm not the biggest fan of MAC setting sprays. I don't know. And I do have another one here that is full, and this is just the plain one. So I may keep this one and just declutter this one. Because this one, when I sprayed this one, it worked a lot better than this one. The sprayer on this one is just not very good. I know they are like the same, but it could be because this one has like stuff in it, whereas this one is just plain and clear. So I think I'm gonna keep this one for now and declutter this one. Then we have this Lancome Fix It Forget It setting spray. I really, really like this one. It has a very fine mister, which I really, really like, and it's not scented. So I like that as well, because sometimes setting sprays can have a really bad scent, and this one doesn't really smell like anything. It is really dirty, so just don't mind that, but I am going to keep this one. As you can see, I've used about half of it, and I want to just use it up, so I'm going to keep this one. Then we have the Urban Decay All Nighter, which is obviously like such a viral setting spray. Everybody loves this setting spray. There is literally like a little tiny bit left in here, so I want to keep it to use it up because this is one of my absolute favorites, and I have a backup already of just like a mini one of it, but I'm going to keep both of these. Then we have this iconic London Prep Set Glow. This one I'm not really sure about. I'm not the biggest fan of illuminating setting sprays. I feel like it just leaves too much like sparkle glitter on the face. Like this one too is very similar. This one I am going to declutter. For sure. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This one just looks like you have straight up glitter on your face. I do not like it. And this one is a little bit similar, maybe a little less intense, but I feel like I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because I'm just not sure if I want to keep an illuminating setting spray in my collection or not, because I just don't really like the sparkly look it gives, but I will think about it. I'm just going to put it in the maybe pile for now. And then we have this Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray, which is still in the box. I did use it once though, and I did like it the first time I used it, so I'm going to keep it and continue using it and see how it is, because I honestly forget my thoughts on it, but I think I liked it, so I'm going to keep this one. And then we have the Fenty Beauty What It Do Makeup Refreshing Spray. This one I only used once as well, and I really liked it the first time I tried it, so I'm going to keep this one too. I'll just show you guys what it looks like. I love like pretty much all Fenty's products that I've tried, so I definitely want to keep this one. And then lastly, we have the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. This one I am going to declutter as well. Nothing really wrong with it. I like the mister on it. The only thing I don't like is the smell. It just smells too coconutty for me. I don't mind coconut, but I really just don't care for it that much, so I have so many other setting sprays, I just don't need to keep this one. So I'm going to declutter this one as well. Okay, so we have 10 setting sprays that I am keeping.
So overall, I feel like that's not bad. 10 is like a pretty good number. So these are all the ones I am keeping. And then this is the maybe pile. So this one I will decide a little later if I'm gonna keep or not. I'm kind of leaning towards decluttering though. And then these 4, I am decluttering. So that is it for my declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be having another declutter coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye. Okay, so somehow I missed these two. This one was sitting in with my skincare because I actually use this one for like more of a facial mist as opposed to a setting spray, just because I don't know, it's like a really hydrating mist and it doesn't really work for me as a setting spray to hold my makeup. So I kind of just use it as like a refresher, or just like in my skincare routine. It has hyaluronic acid in it. So I'm going to be keeping this one in my collection. And then this one by Anastasia, this is the Dewy Set. This one I only used once, I believe, and I liked it. So I'm going to keep it as well because I want to keep testing it out. This one was on my little shelf above my vanity because I have it like kind of on display because the packaging is so pretty. So I guess I just forgot that it was there. But yeah, I found these two when I was in my makeup room and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to include these in my decluttering, even though I am keeping these two, but I thought I would just share them with you anyways. So yeah, I think I have a total of 12 setting sprays now in my collection. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.